hi to everyone.
Hi, everyone.
Say hello, Bob.
Hello, Bob.
No, I mean, just say hello. I know your name is Bob.
Okay.
Shalom. 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 Shalom.
Shalom, shalom.
Late at night in Africa. Africa, a big continent, and right there is Kenya, and there's the capital Nairobi. And Yahweh willing, that's where I will be tomorrow, heading out for Africa to provide some Bibles and to help where I can. I'm going to go with Elder Robert Davis, who's going to meet me over there. And I'm here at the assembly. And this is my office here. I've got some maps up there because we've been wanting to do more outreach overseas. This is an old printer that we've got that was in play there for a number of years, but we've since switched it out. Let me go ahead and turn the light on in here, one of the other rooms, and this light. Here we go. And these are the two pieces of luggage that have Bibles in them, and I'm going to take these, and they've got the Restoration Study Bible in them from Yahweh's Restoration Ministries, and really glad to have these Bibles to be able to take over. They're free to take in the cases, and the round-trip ticket costs as much as it would to send these overseas, being from the Postal Service. So we have other literature here. We're planning on setting up actually Elder Robert Davis with Yahweh's Philadelphia Truth Congregation in Lebanon, Pennsylvania. He's planning on purchasing a printer. In fact, it's exactly like this one back here. Konica Minolta with a booklet feeder. And that has been the main workhorse here for the last couple of years, actually more than a couple of years. We've got 1 million copies on it. They will print, that one in particular will print 5 million copies, which is certainly quite a bit to be printing, and it takes a while to print that many, but we do look forward to having these printed over in Nairobi for brethren, and that should cut down on the cost quite a bit. Got a gift up here from the Philippines. Maybe that we'll be able to go over there at some point, sometime. Well, before we go home and actually start doing a bit of packing, of course this is a Sabbath. Wanted to come out here and talk to a few of the brethren. This is our kitchen here. Not the biggest kitchen, more of a galley type kitchen. Say hi, Carrie.
Hi.
This is my lovely wife, Carrie, and I hate to leave her back home, but that's something that I have to do. Say hello.
Who wants to introduce
Hello. May Yahweh bless.
I'm learning how to vlog, so this is a practice run.
Hello.
Hello. Say hello, Bob.
Hello, Bob.
I knew he was going to say that. Hey, Esteban Jr., how you doing?
Pretty good.
Yeah, Makoa? Yeah? All right.
You're so energetic.
I know, right?
Yeah. Pika? Yeah. Nice. Okay.
Bye, shalom. Good to see you.
Brother Chris. How you doing, Brother Chris? This is my big brother.
I think you're a month older than me or something like that.
Yeah. Hello, Nathan. Hello.
Hi.
Yeah. Say hi, Bob, again.
Hi, Bob, again.
Okay, this is our assembly hall, and we've got a few seats available. So if you're watching this and you're in Kingdom City, Missouri, you'd like to come out and see services, meet the people, meet the brethren, we would certainly welcome you. In fact, that's exactly what that sign says. Welcome, we're glad you're here. Susan, Deborah,
Shabbat
Ray,
shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
One big happy family in Messiah. Hallelujah. Well, I'm here at a rest stop heading out to St. Louis. It's about 50 miles out from here. We're at a rest stop. It's all there. I didn't pack and film at the same time, so. Say hi, Carrie.
Hi.
We got a bit of itinerary, and I figure since we have some time, we might take a look at the itinerary. And that's it. Now here's my negative COVID test results, negative, which is good because I went online and they definitely want to see that before I fly out. So anyway, we're gonna head out from here and get on I-70. Well, here's all the luggage. Woo-wee. And it is an overcast day, and I'm all whited out, looks like on this film. I'll have to put on a mask to go in, but honey, this is farewell, at least for 2 weeks. So
Alright.
I give her a kiss goodbye. I'm not gonna put that on camera, so. Well, hello again, and I'm back with Carrie. How can this be? Are we in a time warp or something? Well, I'll tell you what happened. Got up to the flight attendant and showed her my COVID-19 negative test results, and I was 3 hours out of the window, which I needed to be in, because I was arriving in Nairobi at 3:30. I needed to have the test after 3:30 on Thursday. Is that how? I think so. Something like that. Anyway, so I have to redo the COVID test, go on a weekday. Well, backing up, I need to go and actually change the tickets, the flight. Yeah. But there's a large window for Nairobi, a week and a half there, so this actually won't set us back too bad. But Elder Robert Davis, I just got off the phone with him. He's having the same problem. He didn't get his COVID negative test back yet, so he has to get that because they will not allow him to fly without it.
So he missed his flight and he has to reschedule it.
Yeah, so we're both in the same boat. Thankfully, there's enough time. We have insurance on the tickets, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem to, make the changes. And so we'll go in a day or two later. I'll have to go back to my physician and get another COVID test and get all that sorted. And then the other thing that happened was they changed the law in Kenya. They are now requiring visas online to be done up beforehand so that you have your visa before you go into Nairobi. It used to be where, well, in fact, just a few days ago in 2020, you would be able to go and get your visa there. That's how they would do it. You'd just pay for your visa there. Anyway, that's changed. So a lot of things are changing, and the rules for COVID and all this makes for some challenging times, especially for flying. And I had heard Elder Robert said that he got word that there were some difficulties even from those traveling in because of the changes in the laws for the visas and these type of things. But have to get that all sorted out with the travel agent. And I suspect that will not affect my trip to Serbia. So, and then the flight back from Serbia to Washington, D.C., and then ultimately to St. Louis and back home. And so we'll hit replay here shortly. Well, we're back. Well, we're back home. This is actually a couple days later now in making this video. We officially have another COVID negative test paper, so I can take that into the airport. Got the flight arranged to go out. I'll be going out tomorrow, Wednesday, 1:30 p.m. So, I went in this morning, got the test, and tonight, it's about 9 o'clock, getting this result is good. We can get a good night's sleep, not having to worry if it's, going to be waiting for us in the morning or not, and, then we'd have to follow up, and if it wasn't, on their website. Anyway, happy about that. Elder Robert Davis is also happy to get his results in. He also had to change flights because his results didn't come in when he thought they would be. So, I mean, it's COVID-19. Everyone's having, difficulties with these type of things. There's also a health ministry?
Yeah.
Yeah, they require a certificate from the Nairobi Health Ministry's website. So I got that. That's pretty instantaneous. So all in all, we're very happy. I think we'll sleep well tonight having these results. And just wanted to do an update. And we'll be on the road tomorrow, Yahweh willing, and things will hopefully go well. I trust they will. So we're going to say goodnight. Say goodnight, Carrie. All right. Tomorrow. Well, here we are again. Same place, different time. Ready to head out. We've got everything in order. In fact, I have some different settings on this so that it isn't all washed out. And we've got blue skies today, so it's nice. Some clouds, but overall pretty good. It's supposed to be a high of 57, I think, which is going to be good for Carrie the rest of the day.
Hi again.
Yep. So the plan is to drive. We've got another 50 miles to go to the airport again, but I have every duck in order, so to speak, so should be a breeze to go through. So we'll see. We'll see you there. Well, here we are again. Honey, you're going to get really used to this trip.
Yep.
We keep making trips like this.
Yep.
Well, I've got everything packed once again. And so I think I'm ready. So I'm going to kiss my wife again, but again, not on camera. In some cultures, that's just not appropriate. So, all right. We'll see you inside. It's going to be hard to talk with this mask, but I'll give you a short tour. All right. Going to be leaving here in about an hour. But wanted to show the inside of the airport, and I'll probably get in my seat and resume.
Welcome aboard United Express Flight 4330 with service to Washington Dulles International. My name is Elizabeth. As you find your seat, please stow your larger carry-on luggage in the overhead compartment and place any smaller items underneath the seat in front of you. Let me know if you need any help. I'm happy to help. Did you find that item?
that was fun. This is one big airport. I think I got off too early. Well, I've got plenty of time. That other plane was very short, very small, and I thought it was going to be bigger and I have time to talk a little bit more. I didn't expect so many people as well. There is a lot of people traveling right now. So I'll get back on the train, get to an area in which I can talk a little bit more and fill you in on the details. That's where I just came from, and I guess I didn't miss the stop. It's this one, all gates, and a fancy floor. Okay, I'll figure out where I'm going and then resume. Well, just went through customs at Turkey, Istanbul. And boy, this place is crowded. Coming up to a board here for flights going out. I think that's mine with Nairobi TK 0607. But it says get information, so I gotta, it doesn't actually give a gate. Oh, it says gate info at a certain time. Not sure about military time. I'll have to check that out. Actually, I don't know why this is all empty over here. Coming up here, and it was only about halfway. Every one of these areas was completely full of people, and they were all lined up like cattle. I kid you not. They talk about social distancing. Nuh-uh, not in here. Only after you get through the line is it social distancing, and even then it's questionable. But everyone's wearing a mask, so, and they're providing them. I got 3 free ones on the Turkish airline, so. And also 2 meals. That was pretty good. Well, one thing I've been wanting to do besides sleep is actually brush my teeth. So I think I'm gonna go to the restroom and find my toothbrush and get busy.
Lütfen dikkat. Sağlığınız için her zaman yüz maskenizi takınız ve sosyal mesafenizi koruyunuz. Attention please. For your health, always wear your face mask and keep your social distance.
Well, that's really something. This place is like Dubai. They've got Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Celine, Dior, all these shops. Evidently here in Turkey, it's always Christmas. This is quite the building. Just wanted to show you that pyramid basically, but the rest of it's pretty good too. If you've got the money, but a lot of people don't. All right, we'll come back. Oh, I did brush my teeth. I feel a lot better now. Though I didn't shave, but you can't tell, can you? All right, I gotta go find out where my gate is for the flight. Talk to you later. Well, found the gate, B7. So we got about an hour before we fly out. Just after I ended the last video, security approached me and said, "What you doing?" I said, "I'm doing a vlog." "Oh yeah, but you filming the security area." I said, "Well, I didn't know." And they took a look at what I had recorded, and mostly it was me talking to you, so that was a good thing. He said, "Oh, okay, it's just you." I said, "Yeah, me talking." Anyway, they're kind of sensitive these days, so, and understandable. Anyway, 6.5 hours, and I'll be in Nairobi. Well, actually 7.5 hours, because but 6.5 hours on the flight. So I trust things will go well. Gotta make room for everyone. Looks like it's going to be a full house. All right, we'll see you when we get there. Well, made it safe and sound in Nairobi. I had such jet lag that it's taken me almost a full day to get to this point and be able to record. But I wanted to show you some of the best of Nairobi, in particular the nature. And of course, with the trees, the flowers, the greenery, it is gorgeous. These are not the temperatures that we're used to in Missouri. 0 Celsius, 30 degrees Fahrenheit, which is currently what we're seeing. Here it's a nice 75 degrees, and year-round it's pretty nice here. So I'm going to take a walk around the facility here, in which a number of us are staying. But let me go ahead and take you all around, and I'll show you just how beautiful it is here. I should mention that received a word, which is good, that my trip to Serbia is going to include a fellow that has read our literature, has watched our videos, and he is very interested in being baptized. And so we put him in touch with the individual main contact in Serbia, and turns out that he is going to come down while I'm there. So we're looking at not just 3 baptisms now, but evidently 4. So we'll see how that goes, but I'm excited about that. So let's take a look around here. Now we have a few gardens around in Missouri, but there's nothing like growing year-round, not just in the spring and summer, maybe a little bit in the fall, but here it would be year-round. So the sun goes down here this time of year about 6:30 in the evening, and we've got dinner that we're going to plan on having at 6, and but it is just a great area. Some of the brethren, and we'll be doing more recordings of the brethren starting tomorrow. Yahweh created the earth. He created it to be inhabited. He created it in beauty. And we see some of his handiwork here, and grateful to be able to see it and appreciate him, and where we are, wherever we are, because his creation shows itself, and it is beautiful everywhere. But what man has done is kind of done some damage, but there are still areas wherever we go in which we can see Yahweh's beauty. I wanted to just talk a little bit to Elder Robert about the work that's being done this particular trip, and he's going to go beyond Kenya. He's going to go over to Ethiopia. I'll let him talk about that a little bit, but we wanted to take a look at this delicious food. So I'll turn this around and have you listen to Elder Robert Davis.
Shalom, and we are having a traditional Kenyan meal with the ugali and greens and some chicken. And this particular, I have some brown rice with mine, but Elder Brett has the ugali. And this is something that most Kenyans eat on a daily basis. It makes up a great part of their staple diet. This trip here in Kenya, we're here to set up a printing press to produce the literature that will be used throughout Africa for YAIY literature, so that most of the people can have easy access and quick access to the Word of Yahweh. From this point, after we finish our mission here in Kenya, myself and Bishop Peter Momera will be traveling to Uganda for a week and doing a training for the leaders there and traveling to see some of the congregations. Also taking Bibles to them who are hungering and thirsting for the Word of Yahweh. We're also going to leave there and go to Ethiopia and visit a couple congregations there in Gambela and Sandafa, and take them some Bibles and literature as well. And then when we leave, after the week there, from January 26th to the 1st of February, then we'll travel to the Democratic Republic of the Congo for a week to Goma. And we're going to visit several congregations there in Goma. They have 6 congregations that will be coming together to worship and praise Yahweh. And we're going to, myself and the bishop, teach them, the leaders and the people there, the love of Yahweh. And we're going to concentrate on the agape paradigm.
And I was privileged to hear a bit of that message today. And I think tomorrow we're going to have some testimonies given concerning how everyone came to be in the faith, their experience with that. And we'll try to record those and have those as a testimony and as an encouragement for people. Because Yahweh is calling people from around the world. People here are really responding. Once they recognize the truth, they're grabbing onto it and they're changing their lives. And so ultimately, it's the Heavenly Father that's changing their lives. And it's a good thing to be able to share this with everyone. So we're going to have a bite to eat, and we'll see everyone tomorrow. Hallelujah. Shabbat Shalom from Nairobi, Kenya. Out here enjoying the scenery again. It's just before 8 a.m. Haven't had breakfast yet. Haven't had my coffee, so forgive me if I'm feeling appearing a little sluggish this morning. I actually feel I'm probably appear as well. But I wanted to mention that the itinerary for today is actually, we were invited to go to an assembly that has invited others from around the area. And so we're going to have testimonies tomorrow on Sunday. And I probably won't be able to record all those. And in fact, I know I won't, given any length of time. But we'll get at least 1 or 2 recorded, and certainly the other all the brethren that have come in from the different areas, we're going to be able to see all those. men that have dedicated themselves to Yahweh. And, they really, many of them have gone through the Bible correspondence course, the YAIY Bible correspondence course, and have passed it with flying colors. So, they're not just dedicated, they are knowledgeable, and they are studious. Given the opportunity, they take the opportunities that are given to learn more, and that's why they've come in from these different areas. It's not just nostalgia, it's a wanting to be more than they are for Yahweh, and to be able to help with the work in whatever capacity that they're able to help with. But the growth here is phenomenal, just amazing to see. And the dedication, again, amazing to see. Many people are really stepping forward, taking hold of the promises that have been passed down through Yahshua, and all nations that are willing to do Yahweh's will. I mean, that's he's accepting of them, as in the book of Acts, Peter was learned, after 30 years of continued work after the Messiah. He just really, that was emphasized to him. So the work expanded from that point on, more so, I think. And that's certainly knowledge for us today to consider. But we are going to, I think, hear Elder Robert Davis today in the message. He's been, I think, given the opportunity to speak. But I'll film as much as I can. It's probably going to be standing room only, from what I understand. But we'll get a bit of filming in, and I'm just very grateful that Yahweh has allowed me to witness firsthand more of what He's doing, and it's not by my strength, my power, of course, but by His Spirit that allows all these things to occur. So I'm going to eat here shortly, but wanted to do a bit of a update. And considering another update I found out last night, I finally was able to get on the computer. And, the restrictions are so tough because of the COVID. It is something that I'm finding a little bit challenging. They're giving a 48-hour window to travel into Serbia. That is with a test, and it has to be a proper COVID test according to their website. I checked with the airline, and what they're requiring is, before I arrive there. Of course, this is the same problem I had before arriving to Nairobi. Is at the point of destination, before you enter, you have to have within. Now, this was 96 hours, a 96-hour window before coming into Nairobi. But from the point in time you have the test to entry, that has to be at least 96 hours. Well, in Serbia, it's 48. And that's a problem, because my window, it just isn't there. And, because I would be going in I'd be traveling a full 24 hours before even getting there. And because it's at midnight, there's no way to get a test in time to be able to have it ready for departure. That would be 48 hours. The other thing that occurred was that the main contact there, Simon, went into Hungary and ended up getting quarantined for 10 days. So he's not able to even pick me up at the airport. So he also mentioned that he didn't hear back from the individual from London, even though the initial response was, I'm going to come down there and be with you. So I think what may happen, I think there's another restriction coming up in which COVID-19 negative test is going to be necessary to re-enter the U.S. on January the 26th. I think my best course of action at this point is to delay the trip to Serbia and to go ahead and get back in the United States before things, not that they're going to get any worse, but you never know. Would like to be back home with my wife and with the congregation there, of course, and feel a little bit more comfortable, less out of my comfort zone. So I think that's going to be the plan, but I'll deal with that tomorrow. And just wanted to do an update on some of these things, and we'll go ahead and see you later today. In fact, it's going to be instantaneous, because after this we're going to see the congregation that we're going to go to, and you'll see a lot of people, I think, from what I understand.
I kanua gakwa nĩ kĩrĩte ũkĩ tondũ wa mataro maku nĩ ndĩgĩagĩra na mbugwĩro na tondũ ũcio rĩ ngagĩthũra njĩra o yothe ya ũrongo oro waku nĩ tawa ũmũrĩkagĩra makinya makwa nĩ ũtheri ũnyonagia njĩra nĩ ũtheri ũnyonagia njĩra 5 from 3 to 5.
How pleasant your promise to my plate, sweeter than honey in my mouth. From your precepts I learn wisdom, so I hate all deception way. Your word is a lamp for my feet, a light on my path.
Aya, turaigua ciugo cia ithe witũ ũgĩciria.
We hear that the word of Yahweh, when you ate it,
atĩ nĩ njega gũkĩra o ũkĩ ũrĩa tũkwĩrĩtwo.
They are sweeter than the word that we have read.
Aya, rĩu ningĩ he kĩndũ kĩngĩ kĩretwo mataama-inĩ witũ.
Or there are other the wisdom of Yahweh.
Haya, hĩndĩ ndamenyera namo rĩ.
When I get the wisdom of Yahweh,
ũtaũku.
I have the understanding.
Rĩu ũngĩthiĩ ũkore mũndũ.
Now this is Yahshua when he was before the Samaritan woman. We know this account very, very well. We are very familiar with this one. Yes, we are just reminding ourselves. We are reminding ourselves because that is what is being given. We keep reminding ourselves this one so that it really stays in each and every one of us. It is written, you worship what you do not know. We worship what we know, for life is of the Jews.
Okay, from verse 24.
22.
22, okay. Yeah, kunungunika. As they murmured, kama venye waliweza kunungunika, and they were destroyed, na wakaweza kumalizwa. We should not tempt the master. Tusiweze kumjaribu mkuu wetu. As they tempted him, kama venye waliweza kumjaribu, and they were bitten or destroyed by the serpent. Na walikuwa na uawa na nyoka ama kuumwa na nyoka. We should not commit adultery or fornicate. Tusikue wanzinzi kama the way they did, kama venye walifeza kufanya. And about 23,000 fell that day. Na watu kama 23,000 wakaweza kufa. So that is an example of the it was an example. Ilikuwa ni mfano hiyo. Shalom. Shalom. So we are here. So they did not understand anything. Hawakuweza kuelewa kitu chochote. The same thing we should pray that we may not follow that bad example. Yeah, tunafaa kuomba tusikue hiyo mfano mbaya. Because we have been called unto a better covenant than those people. Kwa sababu tumeitiwa agano mzuri kuliko wao. They were promised a land flowing with milk and honey. Walikuwa wameagizwa watafika katika mji wa nchi yenye asali na maziwa. And they will eat, na watakula. And they will live in cities that they have not built. Na watakaa katika majengo ambayo hawakuweza kujenga wao. They will only harvest in those vineyards. Wataweza kuvuna katika mizabibu ambayo hawakupanda. And they will eat and become full. Na watakula na washibe vizuri.
Shalom, shalom.
unite us forever, unite us. Unite us forever, unite us. Unite us forever, unite us. And the power of Holy Spirit. God bless you.
Waebrania 4
verse 8.
mstari wa 8.
Let me start there so that I can answer. In our original Bible, not translated Bible, that has the name of Yahweh. That you can use that.
First of all, I thank Yahweh for his wonderful love for me and for the other, elders that have come to the conference here in Kenya. We have learned a lot during the conference period. This has been an opportunity, I believe, not only for us as elders, but even for the people that we serve from different countries here in Africa. Some of us, we have had a wonderful opportunity even to meet and see face-to-face with Elder David Brett. We heard about him, we read about him. We read the books that the fruits of the work that he does over in the United States of America. Well, I want to share a testimony. I'm an elder there in Malawi. We have right now different assemblies, but the work actually started in 2013 when Elder Davis sent the elders from Kenya to come to Malawi. They came to Malawi, they met us. The elders' names were Bishop Peter Mumira, Elder Julius Rono, and Elder Edward. His surname is very difficult for me to remember because it's in Kikuyu language, but it's difficult. I'm from Malawi. He's a Kenyan. These elders, they traveled almost 5 days from Kenya to Malawi. It was a long way for them. Actually, it was their first experience to come out of Kenya. They had difficulties even to know how they could get over there. So they traveled a long way, 5 days. They came when their legs were swollen. But it wasn't for nothing. That trip, actually, it was in the plan of Yahweh. When they found me and they shared the word from the scriptures, to me and to my family, it was truth. So I had to invite a friend that I know. His name is George Pantunda. He's in the conference. George Pantunda brought his family. Together, we reasoned from the scriptures as the people in Berea reasoned with the Apostle Paul and his team to find out where this truth coming from about Yahweh, about Yahshua, about the feast, about Sabbath. Yes, the truth, as you brethren, and they know as Yahweh has, entrusted to our elders Brett and elders Davis. So it touched us, and it touched our hearts and the hearts of our wives and children. So we asked, now that we believe, what's next? Bishop Peter Mumira said, well, we gotta be baptized. So we were all baptized. They laid hands on us, and they ordained me elder, and they ordained George as deacon then. When they returned back to Kenya, George and I, we started teaching and preaching. First in Blantyre. Blantyre is a commercial capital in Malawi. It's found in the southern region. And we preached, and Yahweh gave us grace people came, we baptized people, we preached in other places. I'll cut my testimony short, but the thing is that Yahweh has been even so gracious to us. He has granted us, an opportunity. When Elder Robert Davis and Bishop Mumira came to Malawi in 2014 to see how we were doing, they found the work has expanded.
So we thank you by the effort you are doing and the service you are giving to Yahweh, committing yourself and knowing that priority is if you commit yourself to do the will of Yahweh. We meet here with our brothers and elders from you there, especially from United States of America. Elder Robert Davis is here with us, and Elder David Brett too. Some of us it's the first time to meet him, and we love this conference.
Well, good morning. January the 18th from Nairobi. It's a little foggy this morning. Let me give you a look around. Still a gorgeous area. Some changes and some corrections, actually. The assembly was actually YPTC that we went to. About half the people that were actually supposed to be there didn't come. There were a number that said that they were going to come. They didn't, but that's good because there was just enough seating for everyone. So hope you enjoyed the videos on those. Certainly exciting, and we worship from morning to night there. That was, in fact, they were worshiping before we got there. We got there kind of late, around 10:30, but we stayed until nightfall, and they wound it down towards sunset. But they worship from morning till night on Sabbath, so it's a good thing. We're still going to have another men's unity elders conference, I guess we're calling it. And it's just a pleasure to meet those that are serving Yahweh, dedicated to Him, giving up their lives, and doing what's pleasing to the Father, rather than trying to please themselves. So that's a blessing. It's a blessing to the Father. It's a blessing to others, and glad to get some testimonies recorded and just share a portion of what's going on in different countries. Well, I have some time before breakfast. I had a good night's sleep last night, so that was nice. But I thought I'd come down here and walk around an area that I haven't walked around in, and thought you might as well join me and take a look. Pretty peaceful out here. I imagine it'd be nice to live out in an area like this. Hearing the birds, not a lot of traffic noise or anything like that. I think people today are way too busy and don't really appreciate the quietness that can be had. I think after the meeting today with the other elders, they've come in from all over the place. We're going to be looking at setting up the printer profiles for a new printer over here, and getting files set up for that, and doing a little bit of training. It's actually a good thing that I'm going to be staying here a little bit longer, because Sammy, who's one of the brethren over here, deacon actually, He goes by Power Man on Facebook. Very energetic young man. Anyway, he's going to get a little bit more training for the printer, and so that's a good thing. We want to make sure that everything is in order before we leave. It looks like the end of the trail here. Yeah, it's nice to be able to take a little break this morning and go for a walk. Well, we're sitting here waiting for a taxi. We're going to go in to have a meeting with the other elders, but I wanted to do a video on where we're at exactly, because here I thought we were in Nairobi out here. Well, that's not exactly true. So I'm going to have Elder Robert Davis explain to you where we're at, because I'm not the one to ask. Elder Robert?
Shalom. We're actually in Limuru, which is outside of Nairobi, and we're staying at the YAIY Retreat and Resort, and it's a very, very lovely property, and I'd like you all to come and visit us here in Kenya and enjoy some of the blessings that Yahweh has provided for his people.
Hey, come in here, Sammy. Say hello to the camera.
Yes, hi. How are you?
And you live in Nairobi, don't you?
Yeah, I'm here from Nairobi. We have been with Elder David Brett here. Yeah, we have been grateful and have enjoyment, and we have a good conference. So thank you, and you're gonna visit here. It's called Lion Homes, and it's the best place to be.
Hallelujah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's wonderful to see everyone here. Oh, here we go. Elder Peter Mumera.
Yes, shalom. How are you doing? We are fine here at Limuru, which is 40 kilometers from Nairobi, which is the capital city. We have been having a conference with visitors from America, David Brett, Robert Davis, and also others from the rest of Africa, Malawi, DRC, Congo, Burundi, and Ethiopia. We've been enjoying our time here and discussing about spiritual matters and also matters that affect our daily lives. We are very happy. We have enjoyed so much. And thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. Welcome to Kenya.
Hallelujah. I'm here with Deacon Sammy.
Yeah.
We're helping some of the brethren get a COVID test at this facility in central Nairobi. And, you know, some of the planes, they need, even to fly on them, even if the destination doesn't need a COVID test, the plane itself needs a COVID test showing negative. So, yeah, we're here waiting for the brethren. Say hi.
Hi, brethren. Yeah, let me put off mask.
Oh, yeah.
Hi.
Yeah, we got smiles under here.
Yeah.
This is the only place I've seen other white people.
Many, even Chinese are here.
Yeah, Chinese, other nationalities, because they all have to get a COVID test before they fly out.
Oh, this Bible prophecy based in the prophetic book of Daniel, Prophet Daniel, chapter 2, chapter 7, chapter 8, and then we go to the book of Revelation, and you see those beasts. All these are symbolic, and the Bible itself gives their interpretation from the various verses that are here, indicated here. Once you study, you will understand what the beast stands for. For example, this is the image that King Nebuchadnezzar dreamt.
Daniel chapter 2.
Yeah, Daniel chapter 2. And then we have Daniel chapter 7, that Daniel had this vision also. And they were compared with the Daniel chapter 2. And they are the same thing in the interpretation. Yeah. So it's a good chart that can help in Bible study and understanding of the future events that are going to unfold until the coming of the Messiah. Even in the book of Revelation, we can see the 4 horses, which shows very big various things.
We're all out here kind of getting ready to call it a night, but you know, hello, say shalom to everyone.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom. Shalom. Shalom. Shalom.
Shalom, shalom.
Yep. All right.
Yes.
Well, I was just so impressed with this art that I figured we might want to get it on video. And Elder Peter Mamera, I think this was your effort to put it together, but you had an artist actually do it. So congratulations. And this is going to Malawi.
Yes.
So going back with Elder Hizzy.
Yes.
All right. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
See you later. Well, after a long day, I'm back at my room. It's about 12:30, but I wanted to, since they cleaned up the room, I thought I'd show you around at this area out here, which I've been staying at. But the one of the things that happened today, we've been busy with a number of things, but I wanted to give an update on this printer, which is one of the main reasons I came over actually, so we could get that set up. But it turns out they don't have the booklet feeders for them over here, and they said that they stopped bringing them in because they just didn't sell. Well, a booklet feeder is what folds and staples the booklet out of the main part of the printing machine. And so they have the main part of the printing machine, including duplex copy making up at the top, and they sell a lot of those. So I think what we're going to do is I'm going to contact the company local to us that services our machines, because I know they have a warehouse full of parts, and they may have a booklet feeder that they can just ship over and problem solved, because they have technicians here that can put it on and, you know, no problem. So let me just show you around the room. And, you know, one thing that I purchased before I came over was mosquito repellent, because, you know, there's mosquitoes in Africa that have malaria. But they do have a net here, and let me show you this. So it's right over the bed, and then it expands and, you know, can spread out. And I did that last night for the first time. I haven't used it since I came because I haven't seen any mosquitoes. But there was some rain, and they started coming out. So, while the day has been sunny and good, some of the nights have been rainy. Well, that's allowed the mosquitoes to, I guess, you know, get excited, and so they're starting to fly around. Last night, I'm glad I had the net on, because one little mosquito was bzzz, you know, around, and I woke up to that, so I was glad to see the net over me, you know. And, you know, we do what we need to do, and they do have nets here and in other countries in which mosquitoes are a bit of an issue. Well, I was hoping to bring you something exciting today, but something happened last night, which is disheartening. Elder Robert Davis's son had overdosed, and he had a meeting late here into the night, and it was decided that by the family and the doctors that he needed to go ahead and come on home, and they recognized that his son was going to end up with brain damage, irreversible, and that as a family they decided to go ahead and take him off life support, but before doing so, say their goodbyes. So, not exactly a happy time at this moment. We were up, well, he went out on a flight last night, and from what I understand, made it. But we were up till 3:30, 4. Well, I was up till about 4 o'clock. But we got him out, packed and everything. Also, Elder Peter Mumera left for a flight. What's happening is Elder Peter is going to continue on with the flights going into Uganda, Ethiopia, and the other plans that, because the flights were already paid for. There's, you know, I really respect Elder Robert. This is the funds that have been paying for this room and other location for brethren, the cost of bringing them in. This is out of his own pocket. And, you know, he has the ability to, you know, do businesses and, you know, rebuild houses and take the proceeds and put it in his pocket. He doesn't do that. He will purchase a home, put monies into it, get an investment back from that. And he'll do other things. Everything that's comes back, he puts into outreach. And so none of their funds from the assembly go towards this, actually. So very commendable. But yeah, been praying for him and his family, and certainly send condolences to them. Not an exciting time for them. So I'm left with Sammy, Deacon Sammy, which I'm happy because he's a very sharp individual. You know, he has his own family, but he's spending time helping with the work, and it's very commendable. And so there are still some left here. The Burundi brethren, 4 of them, there was some concern about them going back because evidently the Burundi government has said that, you know, hey, even if you come back with a negative COVID test on a flight, we're going to have you quarantined. And I'm not sure what they're doing with the traffic because, you know, cutting off the borders, I don't think they're letting people in, maybe individual cars, but not buses. I'm not sure. But the Burundi brethren were, you know, pretty concerned because they can't afford for the motel and these type of things. But, you know, what is the Burundi government going to do? Put them in jail because they can't pay? I mean, the idea is that, you know, while they were able to get back, flights were donated to do that. The responsibility is going to be on the government to either, you know, take a look at the COVID negative test and allow them to go back, or, you know, to their respectful homes within Burundi, or they will need to put them up in the hotels themselves, the Burundi government, if they want to follow their own protocols. Will they? I don't know. But sometimes we just have to go out on faith. and trust that Yahweh will provide. It's not always easy, and personally I've had my own challenges having to rearrange tickets for the flights, missing out on going to Serbia because of the Serbian government's own protocols and rules on COVID-19. So just not good to travel during a pandemic. Don't do it. Just don't do it. But you know, we want to help the brethren. We want to see the work prosper. I feel somewhat obligated to come because there's opportunities to help and to serve in a bigger capacity than I have before. And talking with Elder John Reese, you know, we talked thoroughly about all of what was wanting to come and do and be a part of. And so we made the decision to accept the invitation by Elder Robert, and you know, kind of break down some walls too. I mean, fundamentals of faith that we have are pretty solid. We don't disagree on much. There's a couple little things, but nothing major, and so we feel that it's a win-win. We don't want, I mean, they don't want to, YPTC, East Philadelphia Truth Congregation, doesn't want to reinvent the wheel. And they don't need to. And so we did a signing. Elder Robert, I'd already signed it, but then also Elder Peter Mamera signed it. But it's an agreement, and Elder John and I had talked about this. They are not going to change any of the master files that we're sharing with them, and they are required to get permission if they were to want to do anything with the literature other than print it appropriately as we would, you know, desire, because you know, it's important that the word goes out in such a way that it's accurate to the teachings that we find in Scripture. But as far as salvational issues, there is no difference. So it's a good thing. We still have the copier to deal with, but I think that's a small issue. I think that'll be resolved rather quickly once I get back and able to communicate with the company that we deal with. Well, I'm here at the Aga Khan University Hospital, and I'm getting ready to get my COVID test, my pre-board COVID test. And that way I can fly out on the Turkish Airlines, because while the United States does not currently require a negative COVID test, the Turkish Airlines do. So here I sit waiting with the Burundi brethren and also Elder Luke from the Congo, and hopefully we'll get this processed and we'll be able to pick up the results tomorrow. But interestingly enough, on the way over here, our bus driver, you know, they're doing periodic checks. The police are. So they pulled us over, and it turns out our driver didn't have his insurance up to date, and maybe his license wasn't up to date, and something else wasn't up to date. Anyway, the police got in the car, drove us here. Once we all got out, the police got back in the car because they're going to confiscate the car, or the van, and the driver ran away. Anyway, he didn't want to go to jail. He didn't care about the van. They can take the van, but he didn't want to be in jail, so Yeah, fun stuff. Interestingly enough, we were in Nairobi before, and I got the videos coming up here. What we didn't show was a meter maid. Took our driver around the block because there was monies that they wanted for you know, parking ticket, so that also took place. So fun stuff today. Yeah. And so I wait for my COVID test, and then I'll be ready to take off for the airlines. Well, I'm here with the Burundi brethren. We got 2 different Ubers, and as I was mentioning before, our driver that brought us into Nairobi ran away because he didn't want to go to jail. That was funny. And then, of course, I started doing a video talking about that, and then here's a security guard that comes up real close, wanting to know what I'm doing. But then he ended up walking away. So interesting times, and you know, security is different in different locations. But again, they pulled over our driver. Evidently he didn't have insurance and the necessary papers, so they were going to take him into jail. They weren't going to take a bribe. And this meter lady, she was willing to take a bribe, so she got like 500 shillings, which is like 50 cents. But I guess if they do that often enough, they can, you know, do better than just their wages. So it's just the way it is in some areas of the world, and we're experiencing that, you know, having come over here. But yeah, our driver actually was illegally parked, threatened to give a ticket, but the payoff was 50 cents to just go around the corner and let us go. So with no ticket, actually. So the Burundi brethren here, I'm here with Elder Pasteur, and the other brethren, I'm going to have you see them. Say hello, shalom.
Shalom, shalom.
Okay. Now the problem exists that you know, they speak French, all of them, and Elder Pasteur speaks a little English and has a hard time understanding me sometimes, because, you know, hey, my English isn't so good either. But you know, we're able to communicate, and you know, that's a good thing. So of course we're out here in this beautiful area. But we're waiting for Sammy to come back. He went and took an Uber with Elder Luke over to the Congo embassy. They need to get his papers straightened out so he can get back into his country. And of course the situation exists for the Burundi brethren because of the Burundi government not wanting to let people in unless they quarantine. And so we're going to call the airlines and find out if they are going to be restrictive to the extent of not allowing you know, people to board the plane even though they have a negative COVID test. You know, it may be that the government has called all the other countries and said, hey, we're not going to let anyone in unless they have not only the COVID negative test, but also reservations at our Burundi hotel in which they can spend 7 days and pay for it. So it may be that that is required. We're going to find out about that and then do whatever is necessary to help them. So, you know, difficult times. I didn't realize it was going to be this difficult, but yeah, pandemic traveling is not the funnest, you know, pastime that one can do. So I just, I'm amazed. Anyway, it was a joy and still is a joy to be with the brethren and to, and you can see their smiling faces. Except, oh yeah, he's smiling too.
He's excited to
Yeah.
see you.
We are happy. So, yeah, those smiles are for all of you, so enjoy. Well, here we are in a different place. This is actually called the Mango Corner Hotel. We've had to rearrange some of our plans. We were going to go to a hotel next to the airport. This is actually in Limuru, rather. And so we're trying to still finalize the Burundian Brethren's plane reservations. Actually, the plane reservations are done. But we called and they need a booking for Burundi, showing that they have a place, a hotel that they're going to go to, because they have to quarantine for 7 days. Well, we found one. It was $30. One of the elders is contacting his family, making sure that it is a confirmed, you know, quote, unquote, confirmed, valid, you know, quarantine for you know, the government. You know, the government's very particular and they want to do things their way. So, but we have, I'll show you the room here. So Deacon Sammy is on the phone, and he's trying to get things arranged so that he can have some funds, because things happened so quickly. Funds were not left, or enough funds were not left, but everything's being taken care of. So I think you know, Deacon Danny is a very capable deacon, and he's making sure everything is a-okay, right?
I'm Sammy.
Yeah.
We are here at Manga with the bread here.
Yeah. Let me show you outside. Just a quick look. The hotel or motel per night is $20. But get this, I came in, you know, put my stuff down, went ahead and turned on the TV, and the power went out. I checked the lights, they checked with the lobby, and the whole building is down as far as electricity. I'm not sure if this is a common occurrence, but I know down in South Africa, Elder Lionel Gitz has told us it's sporadic. And we may be experiencing the same thing here, being outside of Nairobi, in more of a rural area, which the, you know, things are not as, you know, hooked up as they could be, so to speak. Well, the lights are back on, and I thought I would do a short recording, give a little bit more detail about the last comments that I made. One of the challenges is you have to have cash on hand for the taxis and, you know, the taxi vans that are taking people to and fro. And of course, you've seen in some of the videos, a lot of the motorcycles that are around for individuals, you know, they only take cash to take, you know, from point A to point B. But I guess Danny was able to get a bit of cash from his family, use that to get us get our COVID negative certificates, and we all got those. We're all negative, which is good, so we're ready for tomorrow. But some of the challenges today was that I needed to, you know, in thinking about how the monies might get here, and of course Danny was talking to Elder Robert Davis and also Elder Peter Mamera, who's also known as Bishop here because he's kind of the main contact, so they use the term Bishop. But so that those funds came through, so that's all taken care of. But thinking maybe that wouldn't happen anytime soon, and needing to get taxi cash to be able to go and do things, try to use my cards, and I can't remember the PIN numbers. And I never I just don't withdraw cash from my cards. But I should have been aware that maybe that would be a possibility. And so that next time, you know. So this is a learning experience. Kind of stressful at times because I think even PayPal blocked my account because, well, that's the other thing. My phone doesn't work over here. I've got Red Pocket, which works fine in the States. It's only $15 a month. I've got plenty of, you know, gigabytes or all that is taken care of, and the phone number works good, and you know, I can hear people when I call, and they can hear me, and so that's all I need. But you know, it won't work internationally. And I called and I found out, and I was thinking about getting a SIM card, which gives me a different number. Still wouldn't be able to call internationally. But the problem, here's the thing, PayPal, in wanting to confirm, you know, a sale, or, you know, because I went online and they wanted to confirm it was me because of the security checks. And they said, okay, we've sent to your number this 4-digit number, enter it. Can't do it. So I may need to do something different next time I travel. But these are lessons to be learned, and you know, challenges to meet, and we get through them. I mean, this too shall pass. So whatever we deal with, we can, you know, we can get past them. It's just maybe takes some time. It's a little stressful initially. We know ultimately with a new kingdom, kingdom above all kingdoms, and you know, and looking around and seeing some of the things I've seen here in Africa, I'm looking forward to that time, I think, even more, because the people need stability, need the truth. And so many people today are just, they're flying blind. I mean, really, they don't know what they're doing, and ultimately they don't know where they're going, because, you know, they don't really have faith in the Almighty and don't read His Word. And so that's where we are a little different, certainly a lot different in many respects than the world is. And we need to be circumspect of that, doing our part, being prepared for the time in which, when the Savior and King of Kings is to come, we'll be ready, and be ready to help others learn of the new kingdom life. But even now we have the opportunity to do that in a small way, here and there. And overall, Yahweh's Spirit is working to help all of us to draw closer to Him, that is, those He's called. And so we are blessed above all peoples because of the knowledge of the truth that we hold in the Spirit that has given us insight, and the fact that our names are written in the book of life. Hallelujah.
Push this one. Push this one.
We made it. Another full flight. Very busy. At least I made it. Made it to Istanbul about 6.5 hours later. So need to figure out which gate I'm gonna head out to Washington. Well, after going through the departure area where they check your itinerary and check your luggage and all that, I'm back into the Dubai area of Istanbul's airport. And I don't know why, but I feel gravitating towards this diamond pyramid. If you've got the money, you can build it. This is proof of it. Gate A11. Finally found it. Extra security. Looks like a full flight. So if I can stay awake for the next 12 hours, then I can go to bed when I get into Washington. I had Carrie call in to get my reservation there for overnight, so I don't have to deal with paying for it because it's going to be Sabbath. So, all right, well, unless the plane goes down, I should be getting into America here in a number of, well, half a day. So, all right, and I trust the plane won't go down. Okay, so see you soon. Bye. Well, so far not too crowded. And they put me at a window seat. You know what that means. Been here for a little bit. I'm surprised it hasn't come through yet, but a lot of people waiting, so I guess they took a lot of luggage and put it on cargo and sent it over. I got it. They finally sent it through about a half an hour later. So there's quite a bit of luggage going through the system. And it's the suitcase held up pretty good, so I guess it's going to be an okay case to move forward with. All right, where am I? What am I doing? Why am I here? Well, I have to tell you, I'm here at the Marriott. The reason I'm here is not because I like fancy things or anything, but this was the airport hotel, essentially. This is the only hotel that's really connected to the airport. So when I got my luggage and I went down to the area where shuttle taxis and all that, the Marriott was sitting there, and so I was able to just get right on board. And they left like 1 or 2 minutes later. There was airplane pilots, 2, 3 of them, I guess, that got on board. And so came here and got settled in, took a shower, and went to bed. About 9 o'clock. Got up at roughly 5:36, so good 8 to 9 hours sleep for me, and it was pretty solid. And I'm thankful for this bed. Well, I'm still here. Haven't left the hotel. It's about 11 o'clock now, so I need to get packed up and ready to go. But as I've been going through these are articles that are going to be submitted for the magazine. You may be wondering, why hasn't Elder David been, writing articles for the magazine? I just haven't been able to get to them until just recently, and this is about half of what I actually put together. And these are former messages given during Sabbath. They're just converted to articles for people to read. And Elder John has got the other half. He's going through just to make sure that all the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted, that sort of thing. But Brother Keith, there's articles coming for the magazine, so don't worry. It's been months and he hasn't seen any articles from me. So that's being taken care of. But I came across this article called "The Bread of Affliction," and it reminded me of what I've witnessed in Africa. Now, we went out Elder Robert Davis and Elder Peter Mumera wanted me to see this elder who is very well respected, has been in service to Yahweh for many years, but he had an accident. He and his wife, and I think his son, were involved in this accident, pretty bad one, because he lost his wife and his son, I believe, and he himself, I think, broke his hip, his leg, so he's recovering. This happened not too long ago. He's survived by his two daughters. They were there helping and serving, and he was very gracious as a host to us visiting. And while I was tempted to bring out the camera, I thought, well, it'd be disrespectful, so I just kept it. But one of the things I would have recorded was that in his living room, now he was in a place on property outside, town, and in a rural area, and the road was very rough getting there. But evidently he has his own land, and he has a house on it. Now it was dark, couldn't see everything, but we were brought into what I believe was his living room. I mean, his furniture and pictures on the wall, and what you typically have in a living room. The thing that struck me was that the floors were basically made of dirt. And I've heard of this. This is the first home I've been in which the floors were actually dirt. And I mean, it's just it's an indicator of the poverty that the nation suffers from. You know, when thinking about how our lives are, and we might think, well, you know, things could be better. Yeah, things could be better, but things could be worse. This elder, being as gracious as he was, seemed to be content with his surroundings, and I find that, you know, it relates to the Apostle Paul, where he found himself to be content in riches or in poorness. He was able to find peace, and this elder certainly expressed peace. And I think we should be grateful to Yahweh when we have a roof over our heads, and when we are able to do the things that we do. But we need to be thankful for what we have, because in a moment it can be taken away. And I suppose this elder has probably thought about the situation with Job and what he had went through. It's a great loss, what this elder suffered. And, you know, he was a well-respected, and still is a real well-respected elder. Having others coming in from different assemblies, giving their condolences and greeting him and being a support to him, it speaks volumes. So there are very dedicated individuals in which their service to Yahweh is evident to everyone. And yet, they're still suffering. There is still poverty. And yet there is still joy and peace and contentment with whatever situation we find ourselves in. Well, I made it through checkout, so I'm just waiting for the train. The train to Gate A. Well, I'm here at my gate, A1. Not the Heinz sauce either, just A1. So, let's see, where shall I sit? Decisions. I guess I'll sit over here and listen to elevator music for the next 5 hours. I'll let you know how I'm doing after a couple hours. landed safely. Now I need to get out of the airport. Well, I'm back where I started from, which is here in the office of Yahweh's Assembly in Yahshua. I just wanted to kind of wrap things up. I spent yesterday with my wife, kind of defragging at home, relaxing, and getting ready for today's work, being a Monday. So just a couple things to close out with. Of course, I'm wearing a coat because it's like 35 degrees out, and I guess that's about 2 degrees Celsius for those overseas, something that Nairobian Kenyan brethren have never, I'm not sure if they've ever experienced this kind of cold, but it's something that we have in our part of the world. Of course, they're right on the equator right there, and it was mentioned that they were surprised here that I didn't come back sunburned, but yeah, I was inside for most time, and was able to avoid the direct sun for the most part. I wanted to mention that one of the members there, well, actually a visitor of the Maasai tribe, came and was gifted. Both Elder Robert Davis and I were gifted with a leadership staff that the Maasai tribe identifies leaders with, and so this would be held, and this is the Maasai pattern. This is a wrap that would go around, and while I was there, during Sabbath they wrapped this around me, and also Elder Robert Davis, and had this put this in my hand. Just an honor to have received this as a gift and as a remembrance of the trip. I'm going to probably put it up on the wall here and have that as a remembrance. But I think one of the most impactful things that I'm going to be remembering is the brethren and the worship and the zeal they have from morning till evening in worship to Yahweh, not speaking their own words, not doing their own thing, but focusing on Him. And I just I am affected by having witnessed that, because it's a good thing. I should mention that Elder Robert Davis, his son, it was decided that, after some prayer and consideration, of course he had a long trip as I did coming over, he decided to rescind the do not resuscitate order. Both he and Christina, the family, talked about this, and they wanted to put it in Yahweh's hands, and Yahweh is certainly capable and able to recover their son. There was concern that he would have brain damage, but Yahweh is able to heal, and so at this point he has not been taken off life support. He is still being kept in prayers by us here, and also those over there and others around the world that are now aware of this. So we'll see, how it plays out, but it's in Yahweh's hands, and Yahweh's will be done. We just have to, be accepting of His will, no matter what. And so, other things I could talk about. I suppose there's a number of things I could talk about. But one of the things that I do recognize, even though there were troubles, I recognize that there are applications, spiritual applications, that these physical things that we go through can be made to the spiritual. And the Apostle Paul certainly experienced this in jail, seeing the Roman soldier. He applied the things that he saw, even though in a situation that was uncomfortable, no doubt, a situation that he would probably rather have not been in, but that he went through nevertheless. And we are benefiting from that prison stay that he had, because he related the Roman soldiers' armament to the armament that we are to have. The sword of the Spirit, the breastplate, the helmet, of salvation and these type of things. We are to be mindful of the heavenly, even going through physical difficulties and seeing physical things today. We're to be mindful of the spiritual. One of the things that I've come to understand is that while I didn't have everything in order to be able to catch the flight initially, I can relate that to us today, wanting to have everything in order prior to entering the kingdom. Because if everything is not in order, then we will not enter. Our righteousness is going to have to exceed that of the Pharisees, we are told. And we know that they were detailed concerning certain laws, and they added to, which we're not supposed to. But they also did not have the weightier matters of the law, justice, mercy, faithfulness, these type of things. We are to have these, and we are to have them in abundance, and we can have them in abundance with Yahweh's Spirit. And without Yahweh's Spirit, we will not enter the kingdom. So there are a number of things that, for example, the COVID test not being within the time period, it was 3 hours out. My not having the visa, which needed to be done prior. The Ministry of Health certification had to be in place, and I needed those 3 things for boarding. Now, for us, we have to have certain things in place. We have to be immersed in the proper name. We have to have the proper blood. It's like, going to the hospital and having, not that we're to have blood transfusions or anything like that, but as an example, if a person gets the wrong blood at the hospital, he'll die if it's not the right type of blood. We are accepting of the blood of the Messiah, the Messiah who did Yahweh's will, who did not do his own will, but accepted the Father's will and did the things that the Father wanted of him, and who is the Father to us, who wants from us the things that he tells us, and that is to have mercy, justice, faithfulness, but to also be obedient to the law, his instructions, his commandments, his statutes, his ordinances. The very reason that the Spirit is given, according to Ezekiel 36:26 through 27, also Jeremiah 31:31. These things we know, and these things are important for us to have in order, and to be preparing, and to be growing, and to be zealously affected for the Father, not speaking our own words on the Sabbath, and having a proper attitude towards others, and having love, and having the fruits of the Spirit, being abounding and growing in our lives. These things all need to be in play prior to Yahshua's return, so that we can enter into the coming kingdom. Because it's like, the analogy of trying to catch a plane. To get to the destination in which you're going, you have to have everything in order. And if anything is out of order, it's like a broken link in a chain. It just will not work. And so that's a takeaway for me, and I share that with you so that you can also benefit from the difficulties that I went through, just as we benefit from the difficulties that certainly we benefit more, I think, from what the Apostle Paul went through and the insight and experience that he had, that he shares with us. But we all have our part. We all need to be able to help each other to grow and to build up the body. And certainly I see the body growing, the body of Messiah growing in Africa right now. And they are a dedicated people, and ones that are zealously affected and that are determined to do Yahweh's will no matter what. Oh, that's the other thing. The Burundi brethren did and were able to get into the country, and they are currently being quarantined. So all's well that ends well. And so we'll leave you with the brethren singing, and just understand they are brethren in the Messiah. They are our brothers and sisters in the faith, and they are dedicated, as we are, to doing Yahweh's will and to serving others and to praising the Father first and foremost and serving Him. It is a beautiful thing.
I love you, Yahweh.